This act of Gideon reminded me of the illustration that I like to share to you. There was a story about a clever janitor and the kiss marks on the mirrors of the bathroom in a school for all girls. In some countries, there is a school where only girls are allowed to study or enroll. So, the janitor put on a note saying, please, don't leave kiss marks on the mirror. Lipstick stains are difficult to clean. The next day, he was dismayed to find more kiss marks on the mirrors of the bathroom. He got angry and went to the principal's office to report the incident. Upon learning the incident, the principal got angry at the students. He gave them a strong warning not to leave kiss marks on the bathroom's mirrors. The janitor overheard the principal when he reprimanded the students. He felt relieved when he marks on the mirrors again. But he was wrong. It was as if the girls were not reprimanded by the principal at all. Again, he went inside the bathroom. He found kiss marks on the mirrors. Worse, there were more of them compared to the ones he found during the previous days. Furious, he bolted out of the bathroom and went to the principal's office. He was mad at the girls for their stubbornness, and also at the principal for not punishing the girls' actions. However, kasingkahon siya. Gusto niya singkahan ang principal. However, rather than say things out of anger that may cause him being fired out from his job as janitor, he went back to the bathroom and left a note. And the note reads, please don't leave kiss marks on the mirrors. I don't want to wipe them clean again with the same sponge I used to clean the toilet bowl. It worked. It worked. Akong binisayon. Ingon ang sa halok sa mga mirrors. Kay dili na ko gusto nga ako ning hinluan pagbalik using the same sponge, using the same trapo nga akong gitrapo sa bowl, nga akong gitrapo dito sa mirrors. It worked. The next day, the janitor entered the bathroom and didn't find a single kiss mark on the mirrors. Valor Fortes. When in trouble, please find ways. When you are in a difficult situation, please find ways. Fourth, men and women of valor takes risk. Men and women of valor are risk takers. Are you risk takers? If you are not, I challenge you to be like Gideon, who despite the danger posed by the Midianites, as they established a camp in Israel, he still went out to harvest wheat and then threshed the wheat in the winepress to hide from the Midianites and Amalekites. Again, valor portes. Be risk takers. Fifth, men and women of valor are obedient to God. Instructed him, throw down the altar of Baal. God, altar of Baal. And I want to tell you that Gideon obeyed God rather than men. In Judges 6:31, we are told, when Gideon had overthrown the altar of his father, the people in the community went to the house of his father, Joash, and demanded for the life of Gideon. Judges 6:31 says, but Joash responded to everyone who was opposing him, do you really intend to fight on Baal's behalf? Do you really intend to rescue him by ordering that whoever fights him will be executed by morning? If Baal is God, let him fight for himself. After all, it was his altar that was torn down. I believe Gideon was able to executed by morning. If Baal is God, let him fight for himself. And let Baal fight for himself. The father protected his son. I would like to turn to the parents. To our beloved parents, God will use young people to make miracles. And when they do have a message, new message coming from the Lord, we have to respect them. And we have to protect them. Sixth, second to the last. Men and women of valor doesn't just talk the talk. He also walks the walk rather. Again, men and women of valor doesn't just talk the talk. He also walks the walk. Gideon, I want to tell you, walks the walk. When he was, and he said, when he passed Succoth together with his men who were already hungry and thirsty, he requested food from the people in Succoth. And the people in Succoth said, are the princes in your hands, that we may give food to you and to your soldiers? Gideon said, I'm still pursuing the princes. But by the time the princes of the Midianites will be under my control, I will teach you a lesson with briars and thorns from the wilderness. Ingon niya, madakpan ako ning duha ka prinsipe sa mga Midianites. Inigbalik na ko, tudluan tamog leksyon, bunalan tamo sa mga tunok gikan sa wilderness. He pursued the princes of Media and passed Penuel, and he requested food for his soldiers and for himself also. Does not like to give them food. And so Gideon said, by the time I will have the two princes of the Midianites, I will throw down your tower. Thus, Gideon, when he captured the princes of the Midianites, went back to Succoth, brought briars, and whipped the people in Succoth. And he went to Penuel and threw down the tower in Penuel. Men and women of valor does not just talk the talk, but walks the walk as well. Last, men and women of valor are those who rely in God while realizing they can't fulfill His mission alone. As stated by the angel who appeared to Gideon when he was threshing wheat, who said, the Lord is with you, man of valor. God made Gideon victorious over the Midianites and the Amalekites with his victory. And with his victory, the people wanted to make him ruler over them. The people wanted to make him ruler. But his reply was, he replied when they said, in Judges 8:22-23, rule over us, you and your son and your grandsons, because you have delivered us from Midian's domination. His reply was, I won't rule over you, and my son won't rule over you. The Lord will rule over you, he said. This is because the secret of success is 1 plus God equals success. Bisag ikaw ra mag-inusara, walay suporta sa imong ginikanan o sa imong ikaw ra maggasto sa imong kaugalingon, 1 plus in life, you will really be successful in life. Again, Gideon didn't count his victory that it was his or his men's victory, but God made him victorious because 1 plus God equals mediocrity. Remember, the Midianites and the Amalekites, in their encampment, there were 130,000 soldiers in the encampment. Gideon gathered 30,000, but God said, you have too many. Reduce the number